And Taiwan is always very well represented at that event too.
那我们也常在这些会议当中，我们也看到台湾的代表出席。
Our organisation has many relationships with travel agents worldwide who promote our program to volunteers and also to young travellers who may never have considered this type of opportunity.
我们的机构呢，跟世界各地的很多旅行社业者呢，都维持了非常好的关系。他们可以帮助我们把我们计划推广给志工以及之前没有考虑过这样子的机会的年轻旅客。
We work in close partnership with both large and small travel agents around the world, and we select partners who share our philosophy of experiential travel and learning through hands-on involvement.
我们跟全世界大小型的旅行社业者建立了非常密切的伙伴关系，而且呢，我们会去选择跟我们抱持相同旅游体验理念的伙伴，然后他们都希望透过亲身投入来进行一些学习。
Many of our partners in the travel industry send staff to join our programs and experience conservation in Australia and New Zealand at first hand.
那我们也常常看到这些旅行业的伙伴呢，也会把他们员工送来加入我们的计划，亲身体验澳洲跟纽西兰的环保工作。
For conservation volunteers, this means the number of international volunteers has grown steadily and enabled us to complete more conservation projects in more locations.
对环保志工而言呢，这就代表说我们国际志工的人数可以稳定的成长，而且也可以让我们在更多的地方完成更多的环保计划。
International volunteers join our programs for extended periods, and this gives us the confidence and ability to set up longer-term programs, particularly in rural areas and remote areas where local populations are small.
那通常呢，国际志工加入我们的计划，他们时间会拉得比较久，那这也让我们有信心跟能力可以建立比较长期的计划，尤其是在一些人口稀少的乡村跟偏远地区。
And you can see from the graph there that we have gone from around 500 international volunteers 15 years ago to 2,500 this year, so a very steep growth of international volunteers to our program.
那大家可以看到，在一开始我们只有500名国际志工，到现在2500名，所以可以看到我们人口成长是非常快速的。
The challenge for all organisations is to find the solution which works best for you.
那其实每一个机构面临的挑战都差不多，就是找到一个最适用于自己的解决方式。
Whether you need large numbers of international volunteers and need to consider promoting your programs as a tourist experience like us, or if you're looking for ways to bring specific international volunteer or staff experience to your organisation, the challenges will be different.
如果你是需要大量的国际志工的话，可以考虑像我们一样，把你的计划当成一个旅游体验来推广。那如果你有其他的寻求其他方式，把特定的国际志工或者是人才经验带入你的机构呢，每个人都有不同的挑战。
We see increasing numbers of young volunteers joining our programs, and we hope that you do too.
那我们看到我们的计划呢，其实有越来越多年轻志工加入，希望各位的计划也是一样的。
So our methods are not quite as traditional, but I hope that maybe they might be useful to consider and build on for your own volunteer recruitment purposes. Thank you very much.
我想这样的话，因为我发现2位的主题会不一样。虽然讨论我们单位，但是对就是他所讲的，在澳洲吸引人才的方法，有什么提问？可以先让他的问题更清晰一点。他提到的3个方法，一个是机构之间交换，一个是他们之间透过网络啊，透过一些这个杂志在招募。不过他认为，前者要找到单位合适的单位，双方交换要一点时间。那么第2个方法，他们觉得他们的行销方面的预算不是那么多，一般机构没那么多。第3个，他们发明一个新的方法非常有效，把它包装成旅游的产品。旅行社帮他卖，还付给旅行社佣金，这个对我来说是非常新闻的东西。旅行社拿了佣金，可是因为澳洲有很好的旅游的条件，加上澳洲的政府也鼓励，所以他认为这个很有效。不过当然他也讲，不见得是我们可以用得到。你对于他的做法有没有兴趣想知道详情的？或者我可不可以请问？真正这些人去澳洲之后，他们所做的工作是什么？
It's all very practical conservation. So things like planting trees. In a year, around 1 million trees are planted by volunteers. Building walking tracks, collecting seeds, protecting wildlife, doing wildlife surveys. Anything that's very hands-on conservation that's suitable for unskilled volunteers.
Are they inside training?
We train them when they arrive. So we have a team leader with every group of volunteers, and the team leader provides practical training for them.
OK.
那刚刚的问题就是说，他们到那边到底是实质上是做什么工作？那其实这些志工到澳洲来呢，就是做一些非常实际的工作，可能就是种树。每一年呢，其实在澳洲有100万棵树都是由青年志工种下去的。那另外也包括一些保育的工作啊，或者是一些可能捡种子，然后再去种树，或者是建造一些步道等等。那他们这志工一到澳洲的时候，就会有一个小队长带领他们先做一番训练，训练完之后才去做这些工作。
OK， 有没有什么想进一步知道他们怎么做的？不要客气。
第二项有用很多媒体的方式，其实像台湾也有很多利用电视，就像政府单位有利用电视的广告，都来提倡很多东西。就像我是我们学校一个社团的，我们也用那个寄 email 的方式，常常会遇到别人说可能是说没有看电视或者是没有手信，想请问一下他们是怎么准确利用这些方式让就吸收更多人。
We really find that you have to have a completely as broad a spread as possible of opportunities to recruit people. So we use the same things. We use TV commercials, radio commercials. We advertise sometimes, but we don't pay for any advertising that we do at all. We have no money to pay for advertising. Everything we do has to be something that really can be done for free. We produce posters, but apart from that, we don't pay for any promotion in newspapers or magazines. So we find ways that we can tell a good story to get the information into newspapers and magazines. So we have to come up with the most exciting story that we can about what volunteers have achieved, or an unusual volunteer, an unusual activity, or a great location, something that will be a story for the media to pick up. Above that, we have to make sure we address every type of communication, so using email, web, everything that we can.
秘诀无他就是尽量使用越广泛的媒体越好。像他们就是有做像电视啊，或者是广播的广告。那另外也有一些就是会刊登一些纸上的广告。那这些都不用，就是他们会去找不用付费的这些管道方式因为他们也没有这个钱去打广告嘛。所以就要利用一个非常好的故事，用一个非常打动人心的方式去说服这些人或这些媒体提供者，让他们来刊登这些广告。那可以透过说，你有什么特点，像例如说澳洲的风景很漂亮或什么，用这些特点然后去来打动这些广告的主持人。
好，如果没有对他所讲的内容，后面。
我有问题想要请问，就是其实公益团体在近年来面临一个相当大的问题，就是其实，在最近的年轻世代里面面临越来越多就是享乐主义，跟所谓的打工、金钱的诱惑，还有越来越多的一些所谓的外来的资讯的冲击的部分，其实间接的也会影响到公益团体在这几年来日渐有一些萎缩的部分。当然，可能在澳洲这个部分。是有比较多的观光资源跟人力成本可以去投注在这里面，但其实我觉得蛮多国家或者说蛮多地方都有这方面的问题，不晓得说澳洲在这个方面是怎么样努力达到现在这个成果的？谢谢。
It's an interesting question. We have exactly the same problems, and I think our program is really a way to get back to basics, to get back to the core of what's really important. And I often think with our program that the most challenging and most difficult experiences are the ones that volunteers enjoy the most. So the ones where we send volunteers with the least resources and the worst place to stay are the ones that volunteers will really enjoy the most, the hardest activity. And a good example is if we send volunteers to a program in a remote location where there's no access to material things, there's no opportunity to go to a shop or to a bar or anything like that, those are the ones that volunteers really count as being a truly great experience. And I think it's because people are so disconnected from that in everyday life. People are used to having everything that they want all the time, and sometimes when you go back to basics, that's when you realise that actually what's really important is the environment, the people around you, the friends you make, and the things that you do, and the things you experience, not the things you have.
就是你提出来问题，澳洲其实也有看到哦。不过我们发现啊，其实我们的计划当中最受到大家欢迎的，是一些把这志工送到一个很偏僻，就是因为到这些很偏远的地区啊，就是你已经跟自己本来的日常生活完全隔绝了嘛，所以其实你会有很多你会珍惜你身边的这些人事物。然后回归本质是最重要的，所以这或许也是一个很大的算卖点嘛，就是这是一个很好的手法。
就会不会请教一下？